you are probably superb. I feel like you're being trauma.
That's it.
I feel like you're being too hard on yourself. What's the name of my podcast?
Yeah, but that's okay.
I was about to start. I was like, yo, what did I name this? What did I name this? Beep. We're doing too much.
Never too much when you're with cousins.
Oh my gosh, you're so freaking cute.
Okay. I
know. You're like well aware. I don't know. I kind of want to do a little cute intro, a little something. Yo, maybe something like, hey, talk to me. Please talk to me. How am I supposed to know what you know unless you talk to me? Yo, talk to me. Hey, yo, please talk to me. Experiences make you who you are, and that's how you grow. That didn't rhyme. Whatever. I tried. So, today on the podcast, finally, we're going to get started. We've been recording for, I want to say, let's see here, boys and girls, baby girl, approximately 12 minutes, and we're just getting into the podcast now. Yeah. Hey, but it is what it is. You know, we got to work out some technical difficulties. Gosh. I had to make sure I know that chair's a little crickety. She's a little ghetto. But, hey, y'all. My name is Marissa. This is my first ever pod episode. I've been meaning to start a podcast for a minute. Granted, this is for an assignment, so it's a trial run, but I am very excited to be finally doing it. Shout out to my professor, Pete McEwen. This is why I'm doing this assignment. But again, the podcast is something I've been wanting to do from time, so hopefully this is the kick in the butt that I need. And today we have with me none other than my best cousin, Alexandria Price. I don't know if I can say best cousin.
Name.
I don't know if I can say my best cousin. I don't know if people are if the rest of the family's gonna watch this, but
sucks for them.
Ooh. Oh, they said
it's the truth.
Alexandria.
Oh my god, ew.
Alex.
You don't have an accent, so you can't say that.
Ada. Ooh, wow. I'm sorry. She has a thing for people with accents. That's the first piece of tidbit about. She just put her hair behind her ear. For those of us who are youngins and who know the Debbie Ryan meme, that's what she just did. So
Radio Rebel. Good.
We love Radio Rebel. We stand.
Good stuff, yeah.
Okay. So Alexandria, tell the people. I don't know. I've never called you Alexandria before. Why did I just do it 3 times in 2 minutes? It's crazy. All right, tell the people about yourself. Let's go. Let's talk.
I'm 19 currently. I go to school at Seneca, same as you.
Yes,
but different campuses. I'm a veterinary assistant. Good stuff. Yeah, that's it.
All right, say less. That's all we needed to know. That's really all we needed to know. Like the people will get to know you through this interview and they'll love you.
I know, because I'm lovable.
Well, absolutely. You are a bad bitch. I'm going to cut that out. Pete, if you hear the beep, that's just me cursing. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We don't talk about it. Okay. Or maybe I'll do a boing. That was pathetic. I'm sorry.
That was so quiet.
Yes. So essentially, I don't know if I'm going to cut this out yet, but this podcast is a podcast about the human experiences. And I specifically wanted to focus on the experiences of young adults because I feel like our perspectives are so unique in the sense that we've lived a good amount of life, but we haven't lived like any at all, essentially. A lot of older people, and when I say older, I mean past 25 because y'all are old. No, I'm kidding. When I say older, I just mean the older you get, you hear a lot of people being like, oh, I thought I was grown in my 20s. And then they're in their 30s now and they're like, I knew nothing.
Yeah.
And then even when they get to their 40s and 50s, they're like, I thought I was grown in my 30s. And then they're like, I knew nothing. And so I feel like at this stage in our life, it's very transitional. And by this stage, I mean like the 19 to, I want to say, 29 is the focus of this podcast. I feel like it's very transitional for a lot of us because, you know, we've lived a decent amount of life to kind of start to know who we are and ourselves and what we kind of want, our desires, our dreams, our wants. But it's definitely going to change as we get older. And I think that's a really good thing. I think that's a positive thing. And I think it's a healthy thing. I feel like if it doesn't change and we stay static, then there might be an issue. And so, yeah, I wanted to get perspectives from people who are kind of in my age range and see what's popping in their lives now. And then who knows, if this podcast continues for forever, then I'll have you back in 10 years.
Oh, Lord.
And we'll see what changed when you're 29.
We'll know each other then, so.
I mean, I would hope so. You're my cousin, so, you know.
Unless you do some dumb...
let's not... Ooh, I was going to say something problematic, but the person who might get the shade would hear this, so I'm not going to do it. Okie dokie. You know who I'm talking about, though. You know the vibes.
Too well.
You know the vibes. Oh wait, let me get a thing in there. That's supposed to be a fail horn. That was a tragic horn. All right, this is the first episode, so every sound effect you hear is going to be absolutely atrocious. The budget's not too high for this one, so we plan to get better, but, just bear with us. I think I do want to start with a segment with you, though, Alex. And the first segment that I want to do with you before we get into, the more heavy-hitting questions. This segment is called I Never Thought and I Never Will. Give me a topic, an opinion, a hot take. Say 5 years ago, something you never thought you'd believe in, something you never thought would be possible for you, something you never thought you'd like. And then I want you to tell me something you never will. So something currently at this stage in life that you can't imagine that you would, support or like or believe in or think. I'll give you a stupid example. For me, 5 years ago, I never thought I would like pineapple on pizza because I have taste, you know what I mean? And, honestly, currently I still don't think I will because I still don't like it. But that's my I never thought. And then I never will. I want to say I will never like the Boston Celtics because...
What the hell is that?
It's a basketball... She's uncultured, guys. It's okay. It's a basketball team. I just don't like the Celtics. I just will never... Granted, I'm not crazy into ball. I just rep the Raptors because, I rep the Six. I rep my ends. But there's something about the Celtics and Jason Tatum that just rubs me the wrong way, and I just don't mess with him. Yeah, he's fine, but that's besides the point. So that's my I never thought and I never will. Can you give me yours, please, madame? 5 years ago, what's something you never thought you'd like that you maybe do now, or that you were right about and you still don't like?
Mushrooms. I hated mushrooms when I was a kid.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
that's a weird flex.
I'm looking at mushrooms that I can put in the grocery list.
So you mess with mushrooms now?
Yeah.
Okay, that's tight. What's something that you cook with mushrooms in it?
Probably meat because it adds a lot more flavor, or stir fry with vegetables. Good stuff.
That's a fact. Okay, give me something you never right now. Currently, you're so dead set against it, and you never think you'll ever like it, or think about it, or like it, or believe in it, or whatever. Oh my god, girl! Stop it!
Oops.
That's for sure being cut out. Cut this shit out.
Racism.
You. Okay. You never will like racism. Is that what I'm hearing for you?
Who would?
I mean, that's a fact, but that's also kind of duh. But we'll take it. So your never thought was you never thought you'd like mushrooms. You do like mushrooms now. You never will is you'll never like racism. And that's a fact because we are both Black sisters and I respect that and I love that for us. Okay, perfect. Well, let's give it up for hating racism, everyone. Woo! Yeah, perfect. Okay, tight. This podcast is about perspectives and how things can change over time.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, a lot of perspectives change because of experiences that we've had, good and bad. So feel free to tell the people what you want to know. Tell as much as you want, and we'll just have a good conversation. All right?
Yeah, bud.
Tell me about your high school experience. How was that for you?
You know what? I kind of forgot.
You forgot about your high school experience?
Yeah, because I barely went to school. No, mostly because I didn't like people. I don't like people. I didn't like people. Or in high school, I was pretty chill. I was really judgmental, though. That's probably
in high school?
Yeah.
Oh, what does that mean? Tell me more about that.
The popular kids, quote unquote popular kids, who are the
I'm kidding.
Who are the pretty skinny the girls who are really into in with the guys.
Mm-hmm.
And that popular group of generally attractive people.
Okay.
Popular kids.
So you hate good-looking people?
Yes. I'm kidding. I'm pretty good-looking, so I wouldn't say that.
Oh, you're hot. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so your high school experience wasn't all that enjoyable because you didn't like those people, or because those people were bullying you, or why didn't you like your high school experience?
No, because like I said, I was pretty judgmental, so I feel like it's I wanted to be like them. I compared myself to them a lot, so that's probably why throughout the whole entire high school, it sucked because I was a comparison person.
Your comparison is the thief of all joy, and so that's very understandable how if you were the person who did a lot of the comparing, how you wouldn't enjoy the experience at all, which is unfortunate. But I feel like there's good and bad to everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you hopefully came out of that a different person now. Right now you're 19. You're what, 2 years removed from high school, I want to say?
Yeah.
How are you now with comparison? Do you think you're better with comparison? Do you still struggle with that sometimes?
Yeah, because self-conscious. I was really self-conscious in high school because I wore the baggiest clothes. Like I said, I barely went to school, but high school was semi-good because I got the best of friends out of it. So I still talk to them now. I feel like I'm a lot better. I'm going to school a lot more.
Yes, queen. So you don't compare anymore?
Nah, I still do. Like,
I think everyone does a little bit, so it's like not even a.
But not 100%.
Question.
I still like know my worth and all that good stuff.
It also and you mentioned friends. I think it also is very important to have good group of people around you, like good supportive people around you. When you meet your group of people or your people, it does things for you, right? Like you don't always look to certain things or other people to lift you up anymore if you have a good supportive core group of people around you. And so I support that. I think that's a great thing. And I'm happy that you found those people and that you're still chilling with them, because hopefully 10 years from now, you'll still chill with them, still rock with them. And then you have those memories to look back at and be like, yo, 10 years ago in high school, like this is where we were at. And now look at us, you in 10 years being a vet. Thriving.
Oh, yes, buddy.
Your friends doing what they want to do. I don't know much about your friends, but doing what they want to do. Going to these concerts. I say that because for context, she went to a rock concert. Had no idea who was playing. The music was playing, but was headbanging and had the best time of her life. So
for sure.
Love that for you. Love that for your friends. Speaking of in the future, you're in school now you're at Seneca at the Newnham campus? Newnham?
No, the King campus.
You're at King. Yeah, you're at King campus. You are in school to become a vet or to work with animals, a vet assistant. Tell me more about that. How did you decide that that's what you wanted to do? And how are you liking it so far, I guess?
I think I've so like when I was a kid, I was like grade 4, probably like, how old are you in grade 4? Like 9.
I think you asked me how old am I now? I'm like, shoot, no. I don't know.
Like I think it was like 9. And I was like, I want to be a veterinarian. And then from there, then on, bam, getting closer every day.
That's tight. Yeah, I know. Growing up, you guys had always had so many animals.
Yeah,
even
tons.
now, you have a lot of animals. And
yeah, tons.
Yeah, that's dope. So you knew that you wanted to do it. You graduated high school, 2 years ago, you said? Did you take a year off in between high school and going to college now?
No, I took an extra year in high school.
Okay, tight.
But like that was like just the beginning of COVID, so like everything was online. Didn't even get to do a prom or anything, bro.
Oh, baby girl.
No graduation ceremony, no prom. But I don't give a shit about that anyway.
I mean, it's still a moment to be like. I missed my graduation from York, which honestly it wasn't even that big of a thing for me. I was like, I'm just happy to like be graduated and be done. But I do understand, like, if I had to miss my prom, I'd probably be tight about it, because like even if you didn't necessarily love the high school experience, I feel like that's still something that most people look forward to, even especially you met your friends there, right? Like just going with your friends, going stag. That's what I did.
Yeah, I mean, my friends were like literally planning everything like a week before, and then next you know, it's like, sorry guys, COVID.
Yeah, COVID's
killing people.
Psych.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not fun. Let me see if I can find a bell for that. That's at COVID.
Yeah.
So you knew you wanted to be a vet from really, really young.
Yeah, buddy.
And you're like years later, you're still consistent with that. That's still what you're doing. You're in school for that
I'm
now.
So surprised with myself.
Why? Okay, we'll unpack that. Why are you surprised with yourself?
Literally, I'm not consistent a lot with a lot of things, but like I've been so consistent with being like wanting to become a veterinarian. Like I pointed out steps literally from like the beginning of high school. I was like, I want to go to Seneca, the veterinary assistant program, which is pretty good.
And so since you knew that you wanted to get into Seneca at that point, you're like, okay, let me quit playing, and then you quit.
Nah, bro, nah.
You're like, I still didn't do my work. Huh?
I did my work. I had one course, probably I think it was English, and I did pretty well, probably like an 80 in that class. And they probably took that mark, the recent marks, which is that 80.
Yeah,
and then put me into the course. And I was like, I got in. Say love.
That's tight. Good for you. We love that for you. Yeah. Yes, queen. Yes, queen. Yes, queen. What steps are you taking right now besides being in school? Do you have like a part-time job in your field? Are you doing a placement?
So I just got a job at PetSmart to become a groomer. But like for this job, PetSmart sponsors you to go to a grooming salon, like a grooming school.
Oh, that's tight.
For like a year or 6 months.
So your job's paying you to have advanced training. Yeah. Essentially. That's tight. Yeah. That's tight. So, a round of applause for PetSmart. Let me see if I can find the... Nope, that's not it. That's for you, PetSmart. Shout out to PetSmart. But that's tight, though. I don't think a lot of companies want their employees to... I mean, they want obviously competent employees, but a lot of companies don't invest in their workers like that. So I think that's really tight that they're doing that.
Yeah, so they're paying for that. Like, cool. I do hang out with dogs every day. Yeah, and I mean, next semester, which is this semester I'm done. It's April, so yeah. And next semester we're doing a placement for school because we have to do a placement. And I don't know what I'm going to do yet because I'm like, So like as a veterinary assistant, you have so much fields you can go into, like grooming, and that's what I'm in right now. But I don't know, you know, I'm not sure. I want something else because I feel like grooming would become pretty boring pretty quick, you know?
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know too much about becoming a vet or like a pet doctor, but what are the different sectors in that? Like, is it just kind of you see the pets and you, like if they're sick, you prescribe stuff for them, or is it
like specifically for a vet assistant?
Yeah, I guess. Like what exactly are you trying to do?
So vet assistants can groom, you can clean up, you can prescribe drugs, you can like walk them, just generally like the animal care and animal maintenance, and you can restrain. And that's a lot of what we were learning within this year and my last semester.
So getting back, I guess, to what I was saying before, you knew from time that you wanted to be in vet school, and you're consistent with it. You're still at it now, working at it. I can't do the math, but like at least 5 years later, because you said like you knew from when you were like young, and then in high school you worked toward it. How do you have any other, I guess, passions that you think you might want to do either as a side career, or like do you anticipate you might change careers midlife? Because there are so many people that I know who growing up, they always wanted to be one thing. Like my friend really, really wants to be a lawyer. But then sometimes she has moments of doubt where she's like, oh, well, like, what if this is not what I'm supposed to be doing? And like, what if I'm investing all this time and money and law school and going to school for a million years and then doing, what is it? What do they do in law school?
Like paralegals,
no,
pre-law.
But there's a thing that they have to do. It's like a placement, but it's a specific law term. But she's like, what if I invest all this time and stuff and then I end up like hating it, or I don't want to do it? And even I have someone in my class who said that he thought he wanted to be a lawyer, and then he decided, no way, I hate this, but good thing he decided early. But people aren't always that lucky. So what do you have any fears or any hesitations going into, like, you know, the field that you're going into, that you might not like it down the line? And like, what other hobbies or passions do you have that you think you might go into? That's a lot of questions. If you can't answer all of them, I'll try to remember and repeat them. But yeah, let's talk about that.
No, not at all. 100%. When you're a veterinarian or like a vet assistant or whatever, working with animals, there's so much variety of things you can do with working with animals. Working with large animals, working with small animals, farm animals, exotic animals, like going to Australia and doing like biotechnology.
She said I like kangaroos. Yes.
Like working with marine biologists. Oh my Lord. Yeah, working with, like, there's so much variety of what you can do. So maybe along the line, I'll probably change to a different type of veterinarian, you know?
Okay.
So like, I'm never going to get tired of animals because I don't like humans. So
that's fair. That's fair. Yeah. We're not always the best.
Exactly. So like, might as well.
Yeah, that's dope. But you're in something. It's not like you're high school is kind of different because you're choosing the courses that you have to do, and then you're like you don't really have any choice. I think in grade 11 and 12 you have a little bit more freedom and flexibility, but for the most part it's like you have to take English up in like all 4 years. You have to take math, I think, for 3 years.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah, science would take for 2 years, I think, like that, and then you have some spares. But again, it's like there's not that much variety in college and university, whereas like you don't have to be there. You know what I mean? Like you're
paying for it. So
high school you kind of do it because you have to, and then college, university is something that you end up choosing afterwards should you want to. And of course you only choose to do it, I mean, hopefully you only choose to do it if you think that it can benefit you and you benefit you in something that you want to do, which is what you're doing now. So I mean, I have so much faith in you that you're going to be okay and that you're going to graduate fine, and that you're going to
hopefully
finish that English course, because again, this post-secondary education, you didn't have to, but you wanted to because this is the field that you want to go into.
100%.
And so I think you're going to be fine. And I support you.
Yes.
Yes,
cool,
bitch.
Cool.
I don't know if I'm supposed to have this swearing in there. I might. Pete, I'm so sorry, my guy. So speaking of post-secondary, there's a lot of pressure for people straight out of high school to get into college or university, or to want to do that. Did you face any pressures? I know you wanted to be a vet from time, and so maybe it was just always a plan for you to go to Seneca, like you just said before, but did you face any pressures like that you had to go?
Pressures like what? Like,
I'll speak from personal experience, I guess, before I let you answer. Like, when I graduated from York, I was so dead set on never going back to school because I didn't know what I wanted to do for a really long time. And it was difficult because I had all these friends who knew what they wanted to do. I had friends who knew from so long, again, that they wanted to be lawyers, or that they wanted to become a teacher, or like that they wanted to, you know, be in specific fields and do these specific things. And they had, and from my perspective, not being them, just looking at it, I'm like, they have things figured out. And I don't. Like,
they got their shit together.
Yeah. And I took a year off of school once I graduated York, and I was just working for a year, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I was very sad about it because I was like, I don't know what I want to do. And I have FOMO, which is fear of missing out. I'm like, what if I'm starting behind?
Yeah.
Even when I thought I figured out what I wanted to do, I was like, well, like, even if I start, I'm going to be starting 2 years behind everyone else. So what's the point of starting?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that ate me up for a really, really long time. And then I finally was like, okay, get your act together. Just go to school because this is what you want to do. And now here I am doing what I want to do, or on track to doing what I want to do at least. But I don't know. I feel like sometimes we put this pressure on ourselves to do things, to either not do things when we know that we should, or to do things when we really don't want to do it. So I guess how do you deal with that? Have you had to face that kind of pressure? Have you put pressure on yourself? Has there been familial pressure? Has there been social pressure to get your life on track, or to do things that maybe you do or don't want to do? Let's talk about that.
Yeah, I guess like first starting off is like money. Money is always a big problem for everybody anyway. If you're not rich.
Same.
But it's whatever. It's okay.
I guess my next question for you, and I think I like the 5-year mark. If we were older, if we were say maybe 30s, 40s, I would maybe stretch it to 10 years. I know we finna get up there though, girl. We finna get up there. But for now, I'm 23. You are 19. We're still kind of young. I think the 5-year mark is a good number for us, because 5 years ago, 5 years ago you were 14.
Oh my gosh.
5 years ago, I was quick maths. I was 18 5 years ago.
Really?
So you're younger than you. And I feel like I've grown since I was 18. I do. I really, really do. And I feel like by the time I'm 28, I will grow a lot more. You're 19 right now. I feel like by the time you're 24, you will also grow a lot more.
Hopefully.
And so I like the number 5 for people. I mean, I hope so.
Yeah, but yeah.
I like the number 5 for our age range. And so I guess I just want to ask you, like, what was the most challenging part of your day 5 years ago? Like 5 years ago, think back to when you were 14. Damn, you were like...
Was I in primary?
No, you were like grade 10. Must have been like grade 9, grade 10.
Grade
14. Because you start high school at like 13. Like around then. 12, 13, I think.
I was like probably grade 8, grade 9.
Did you start school late?
I started grade 7, 12.
Houseway? Did you start...
Because my birthday's in October, so...
Yeah, but...
You're 12 years old when you're like in grade 6.
I'm gonna take your word for it because I can't do math right now. It's too dang late. It is 10:30
so like,
at
I was
night.
Like, is it really?
No, just
so like
reference.
I was like 14, probably like the beginning of high school, end of grade 8.
Okay, so think back to end of grade 8, beginning of high school. What was the toughest part of your day? What was it could be a thought that was keeping you up at night, like a fear. Maybe it was starting high school that was stressing you out. Maybe it was something else you got going on. What was keeping you, like, what was tossing and making you toss and turn at that point?
I was so happy to go to a different school because I was getting bullied in middle school, and I wasn't the best with myself. I was like terrible. I didn't take care of myself. Thought everyone didn't like me. Depression, I think, as a kid, and like parents who know how to like take care of kids who have depression, but meanwhile your parents have depression, so they don't want to take care of their depression.
Let's talk about generational trauma, shall we?
So, yeah.
Not this being the sound. That's crazy. Okay, we'll unpack that in a second, but just we'll get back to the question. 5 years ago, what was the most challenging part of your day? So what was it dealing with people who didn't know how to support you in the way that you needed?
That and everything else.
Tight. So she's like, life was the most challenging part 5 years ago. That's crazy.
Yeah. Like, you cut things out and you don't even remember things because, like, you're just like, nah, that's not going to be a part of my memory, you know? So I don't remember a lot, but I remember not going to school, staying home, watching TV. People were just like, oh, what were you doing? Like, did you go to parties or whatever? I'm like, I stayed home. I slept. I watched TV. I did nothing. Like, I would miss school like 3 times a week, and people when they'd see me, and they're like, "Oh, Alex," I'm like, "Yeah, hi, whatever." Like, nice to see you. Not really, but nice to see you.
You're going to school now, though, right? That's all that matters.
Yeah.
You see that? That's growth. That's growth.
Because I have to. The fuck.
Yeah, you have to, but you also want to, right?
Yeah,
like, this is something that you want to do, so it's like it's not so much of a burden. I think maybe now because of COVID and like transportation issues is an issue, but it's something that you're excited about, which is really good. So I'm glad that, 5 years past the point where you were really like not happy with things, I'm glad that, things are a little bit better. But bringing to that, I guess right now, what's the hardest part of your day now? Because I can just tell you for me, like we have the 2 kids living with us right now, and my hardest part of my day is having to get up at 7 a.m. every day. And I know that sounds like such a pity first world problem, but like when my class starts at 10 o'clock every day,
not going back to sleep.
But the thing is, like I stay up late because I know that I'll be able to catch that like hour and a half sleep.
Yeah.
In between getting them ready for school and getting back to class. But then I wake up.
Joy.
It's joy. Yeah, but then I wake up at like minutes to 10 when my class is supposed to start. And I'm trying to run downstairs and like fry an egg. And I'm like, I can't keep doing this to myself because I can't keep showing up to Pete's class late. Like I just can't do that. You know what I mean? But so that's my hardest part of my day. At least that's a shallow answer because y'all gonna have to get to know me a little bit more before I tell you all that. But what's the hardest part of your day right now, Alex?
I feel like breaking old habits, that's the hardest part of my day because I used to never go to school. So like I still have that kind of habit. Like I go to school a lot more, like at least like 80% more than I did back then. But like it's still hard because I sometimes just don't even want to get up. I don't even want to go to anywhere. I don't even want to go to school because I'm still struggling with that depression thing. But like it's hard to like treat yourself when your parents haven't treated like their self, then they didn't treat themselves, and then like it's hard, like you don't know how to treat yourself, and it's like a whole bunch of bull. Okay, yeah. And I'm scared of getting help, and it's hard to get help, and it's like.
That's fair. And also I think at the age that we're at now, at least the age that you're at now, you know, as a 19-year-old, you don't really have that much agency. You have some control, but again, like you're working part-time right now, you're in school right now, you do live at home, as do I, so I'm not saying that in any type of way. But like you don't have the agency that you would have, say, in a couple years from now when, maybe you move out and you have a full-time job or you're in your career, you know what I mean? Like when you have that kind of agency, it's definitely, hopefully gonna be easier. Definitely, hopefully, that was an oxymoron. It's hopefully gonna be a lot easier for you to, get a lot more help that you need, but it is unfortunate that you feel, I don't want to speak for you, but it sounds like you feel stuck in a cycle of like wanting help and wanting to do better, but it's kind of hard for you to do it right now because of the many factors that you're dealing with. And that's unfortunate. That really does suck. On a day-to-day basis though, how do you cope? Like how do you treat yourself? How do you deal with your mental health? I know you have this bomb group of friends. You guys go to concerts. You guys have fun. Oh, yeah. You guys do things. You have hella animals at home.
Yeah, a bunch. I feel like that's a coping mechanism, getting a bunch of animals.
That's 100%.
Fair. But, yeah, like coping mechanisms, that's probably it. Like going out with friends is a coping mechanism. Buying animals is a coping mechanism. Sleeping is a coping mechanism. Just the coping mechanisms. That's what I do. And I don't know, like, sometimes I feel like I know I deserve better, but then I'm like, do I want to do anything about it? No.
You don't want to, or you don't know how to? Either answer is okay. I don't want to be putting words in your eye. Either answer is okay. I just want to, I guess, get to know where you're coming from in this.
That.
So the second one, you don't know how to.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's I don't want to say it's an easy fix because mental health and anything like that, it's never an easy fix. And the first step is often one of the harder ones. But that is, I think, that's a little bit more fixable than not wanting to, because there are some people who don't want to get help when they're struggling. And whether that's because they're in denial or because they think they're too far gone, too broken, whatever it is, which I truly don't believe anyone is. But there's some people who just don't want to. And, it's hard for them to deal with, but it's hard as someone who, as a friend or a family member or lover of someone who feels that way, it's hard to watch them go through that. All we can do is support them. If you pray, do what you can to be there for them and that kind of thing. But it's hard to go through that. But hearing you say that, like, you just don't know how, it's like just a little bit more of a step up than saying you don't want to, which I'm happy to hear that you just don't know how, because I have hope that you will get there one day. And I know that you will.
Yeah, but
so that's amazing. Now we'll make it a little bit lighthearted one. Same question, just we're thinking 20 years into the future, because like we said, we're young. You're almost 20 now. 20 years into the future, you will be 40.
Shit.
You're on track. I know. Think about it. You're on track to doing what you want to do, 20 years from now, what do you want the hardest part of your day to be? And I will give you an example. 20 years from now, I want the hardest part of my day to be deciding which car I want to drive. I want to decide. I want to get up one day and be like, do I want to drive the Benz or the Maserati? Like, what's popping? You know what I mean? I hope to be in the States doing my career and exploding in a way that's fulfilling to me. I know that I'm probably going to have to move from my hometown and that kind of thing to do what I want to do. I can do it here as well, but to do what I want to do in the way that I want to do it and at the capacity that I want to do it, I'm going to have to branch out a lot more. And it's scary, but I'm excited to do that. But in 20 years from now, that's what I want the hardest part of my day to be. Like deciding on a first world struggle. So what do you want the hardest part of your day to be 20 years from now? Let's talk about it.
So it's April right now, right? Spring. I want the hardest part of my life to be in 20 years to decide which farm I'm going to go to.
Ooh.
Or which house I'm going to go to for the summer. Or which property I'm going to choose to rent out.
Yes.
Because we love success. And because of all the generational trauma that we have as a family, it's time to get that success.
Yeah, I think so. And I think that us as like the younger generation in our family, I've mentioned this before for the podcast. If you guys don't know, Alex is my cousin. I definitely said that before. I don't know why I said that. But yeah, I think every family has generational traumas and has things that they need to acknowledge and break. I think the generation that's growing up now is more aware of those. I think sometimes the older generations don't always understand or see, or, you know, they did their best and we're thankful and we're always grateful for that. But sometimes it's hard to break them with the people who helped perpetrate them, you know? And so I think our generation, the younger ones, are kind of aware of like more mental health issues and like more things that are going on and more resources to get help and that kind of thing. And so I have faith that we're going to, you know, we're going to break things. We're going to do things. We're going to be great people and great parents and great partners and that kind of thing. So heck yeah, I love that. I love that that's part of your goal.
Heck yeah. I know.
Yeah.
20 years. Holy shit, that's so far.
It's pretty far.
Yeah, but it's also like so close when you think about it. I mean, it's not.
I mean, you've only been alive for about 20 years. So
true. Holy shit.
Like, think about 20 years ago, you were like a feti.
A fetus, a zygote.
Pardon?
That's what it is, a zygote.
A zygote?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm dumb. I didn't know that.
A zygote's like the baby in your stomach.
Oh, zygote.
Zygote.
Oh, I thought you were saying like fetus to zygote, like Iggy Azalea, like some variation
like
of that.
Full, no.
And I'm still not gonna act like I know what a zygote is. I'm still not gonna act like I don't, because I don't. But I'm also not in science for a reason. Ha ha ha. That wasn't called for.
That was a gunshot, man.
You know what? It's fine. Cool. Awesome. I think we covered some great ground today.
Hell yeah.
We really did. I'm glad that we got a chance to talk on this. Is there anything else you want to say to the people? Or is there something that I should have asked you that I didn't ask you? Something that you wish that I would have unpacked a little bit more with you? If not, just tell me to shut up.
No, I don't know. You did a pretty good job for your first episode of your podcast.
Ooh, she said there's room for improvement. She said you're all right. Like 8 out of 10.
Yeah, you did a pretty good job.
Wow! You hear that, Pete? I am expecting 100% full marks for this assignment. You heard it here first. Alexandria Price told me that. Give it up one more time for Alexandria Price. Oh, I'm trying to find the applause. No. This is so embarrassing.
-1.
Oh my God. Shut up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold on. This shit's getting cut for sure. Hold on. We're getting there. We're getting there, people. Just give me a second.
Really? You have to scroll that far? Oh,
there's like 4 pages on this app. I should have been more prepared, but there are literally 4 pages of like.
Holy shit! Is there like a search thing?
There's not, which is so unfortunate. Hold on. This whole thing is getting cut anyways. It's fine. I'm cutting this whole thing.
I need a shower.
Honestly, yeah. Same.
Do I want to though?
I'm like, honestly, yeah, you stink. No, I'm kidding. Where's the applause button?
You can just cut it from the previous thing.
Alexandria Price, everyone. Give it up one more time for my guest, the lovely, the wonderful, the talented, the beautiful Alexandria Price. Woo!